What's up, everyone? Howler here, coach of your Delta Gliders. Today I'm bringing you the Week 2 battle of the NCP against Leo and his Durham Druddigons, aka 6-foot hacks, of course. Y'all know him. He's been around for 18 years, or 3,000 years. That's what I should have said. Leo's coming off a Week 1 loss at the hands of Josh in the New York Metagross, so you know he's going to want to get back in the win column here. Nobody wants to start 0-2 in this competitive of a season, so we got to bring our A game here if we're going to get a win. I think we got a decent team to do it. It's a pretty similar team to the one that we brought last week, considering it's got 5 of the same 6 mons, and once again, I also did not spend a crazy amount of time on this build. However, it didn't take me long to figure out that I knew I wanted this Choice Specs Keldeo. This was the first mon that I put on the team because Leo's switch-ins to Hydro Pump are not good. Druddigon is a resist. Druddigon is something that usually goes down early. Eldegoss is a resist. It's an Eldegoss. So yeah. Togekiss, Spadef Togekiss has a decent chance to get 2-hit KO'd by Specs Hydro Pump. So I have 3 water moves and just Aura Sphere there. I like the fighting type move is good against Melmetal and Porygon 2, but outside of that, I feel like he has a decent amount of mons that can switch in on Keldeo's fighting stab, like chief among them being the Togekiss that I'm sure shows up. His water typing Swampert does not resist Hydro Pump, which is great. And, you know, Swampert is something that I would want to chip down / get rid of in order to click Bolt Beak with my Dracozolt in the back. I cannot wait to get to the back third of this team builder because I love the strategy that I came up with for that. So, yeah, I really don't think I need much outside of dual stabs. So, Flip Turn, I don't foresee myself clicking Flip Turn all that often unless Eldegoss shows up, because that's something that could have a little bit more longevity in a game. Like, it could be something that hangs around for a number of turns that could be switched into Keldeo, in which case I could just Flip Turn out on that and go into my Cinderace and click Pyro Ball or something like that. So yeah, we have Speed for Victini, and yeah, a pretty simple Keldeo set here. Now, and I also have to say about Keldeo, like, why can't it just be in its Resolute form out all the time? Like, Keldeo's base Keldeo's design is kind of stupid. Like, it looks really, really derpy in my opinion. Keldeo Resolute, much better design, much more majestic. It's just, that's kind of the issue I've had with Keldeo in the past. It's like, do I want to give away that I'm running Secret Sword on my set because I'm Resolute form? Now, y'all can fill me in the comments if I'm, like, spouting off nonsense right now. But as far as I know, if it's Resolute form, it has to have Secret Sword, so you're giving away 1 move slot, but it's like, yeah, no shit, Keldeo has a stab fighting type move on it. But anyways, enough rambling about Keldeo's dumb design. We have Umbreon here. Umbreon is the only different Pokemon from last week's team. I decided not to bring Tapu Lele to this game. Not bringing my first round pick that I took 7th overall in the draft. Between Melmetal and Victini and Gengar, I feel like that Leo has a lot of counterplay options against Tapu Lele, and I just felt that I could build a better team without it. Yeah, so it's... And I don't feel bad for leaving it on the bench. I feel like I drafted in a way that allows me to not be forced to bring my super high tier mons every week in order to have a chance to win. I feel like I said in the draft analysis, there's a lot of different ways that I can go with this team. If that means sitting my first round pick, then so be it. Lele did well last week, and it will continue to do well in matchups that don't have it facing Gengar, Melmetal, and Victini. So yeah, Umbreon here, I think it's a good Spadef wall. I felt like lots of potential statish options might be annoying from his side, such as Thunder Wave Togekiss, like Scald Burns on from Swampert, or I can see a Toxic Melmetal coming. We'll see if he brings like the Air Balloon Melmetal, something like that. I don't know. I don't know if how likely that is, because I just, it's in my head because Liv brought this Air Balloon Terrakion last week that I thought was a really cool bring. So like, whatever Hippowdon would normally be switching in on, oh, you just run Air Balloon on that. Now Hippowdon can't touch you because Hippowdon only usually runs Earthquake, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. He could just put Toxic on. I'll try not to hit my table next time. You could just put Toxic on there, and if so, I can bring Umbreon, pivot it in on the Gengar or something else on his team, and try to get a Heal Bell off to keep the rest of my team not status. That would be great. And if Foul Play hits Victini, Gengar, other things, I'm sure. I'm just blanking on them. Yeah, like Victini, Gengar, Victini are the main two things. It may even, it doesn't 2-hit KO Weavile, but Weavile has to land triple axles to have the best like damage output against Umbreon in general. Yeah, so that's pretty standard Umbreon here. Cinderace is, we got speed for Gengar, rocking the boots. Super Fang on the set this time instead of Substitute. It's like other than that, it's the same moveset as last week. I think Super Fang's cool for just getting guaranteed 50% off against stuff like Swampert that doesn't have reliable recovery, and then I can turn out on that and bring it below 50% and whatnot. It's good to have Mons that outspeed Gengar, and even if he brings Scarfed, because Scarfed Gengar could outspeed Scarfed Lele and Scarfed Keldeo, so I think Scarfed Gengar has some merit here. Even if it is Scarfed, if I find that out, I can Sucker Punch it. I have priority, and I don't have to worry about my own Psychic Terrain counteracting that. So we only put enough attack investment on here to be able to OHKO a Gengar with Pyro Ball. I felt that's all that I needed, and that allowed me to run Bulk to always take Choice Banded Jolly Knockoff from Weavile. So I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's this is a Cinderace set. So next, we got Hippowdon, the mandatory Melmetal switch-in. Even though it doesn't resist Double Iron Bash, it's still the best thing that I have to switch into it, in my opinion. I do have 3 other resists on the team, though, being Keldeo, Cinderace, and Dracozolt, but I don't want to be switching any of those into Melmetal. So yeah, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Slack Off, Standard. It's Rocky Helmet to chip down Melmetal, although since I have Sandrush Dracozolt this time, I really wish that I could bring Smooth Rock for it, but I just feel the Rocky Helmet chip on Melmetal is going to be much more important, and if he brings Protective Pads, then I'm an idiot. Whirlwind is the last move slot. I honestly didn't know what to put on there, so, and Whirlwind is not, like, I couldn't even tell you anything in particular that it's there for. It's just to, like, if it's a sub-toxic Melmetal or something like that, and he runs a ton of speed on it, then we can Whirlwind that thing out, force something else in. Yeah, so I did put a little bit of speed on here to try to, so I'm creeping like 4-speed Druddigon, because Druddigon is naturally 1 point faster than Hippowdon. So I just crept 4-speed Druddigon in case he like creeps uninvested Hippowdon with his Melmetal or something like that. So yeah, and then basically the rest is in Fizz Def. So Dracozolt Choice Band. Basically his only switch in to Dracozolt is Swampert. And if I can eliminate his immunity to electric, he actually takes super effective damage from Bolt Beak. So Choice Banded Dracozolt under Sand is going to outspeed even Scarfed Gengar. We do have to worry about Ice Shard Weavile, but I mean, Weavile only has so many moves that it likes to run on its set, so just because I have Lele, I don't think that's going to deter it from running Ice Shard. But even if it's Jolly Choice Banded, we only take like 70 to 75% from it, so as long as we don't allow ourselves to get too chipped down, this Dracozolt is a fantastic means of speed control in this game. And this is where the heat comes in. Switcheroo, Ring Target, Klefki. This is explicitly for Swampert. If we can trick the ring target onto Swampert, it is no longer immune to Bolt Beak, and in fact, it gets hit super effectively. In which case, Dracozolt comes in and claims a kill every single time. I think this is extremely fun. It's just something that popped into my head, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm trying this. Other than that, we have Thunder Wave for slowing down stuff like Gengar and Victini. The funny thing is, while we're still holding our ring target, that Gengar Sludge Bomb will actually hit us super effectively. But there's no way for him to know that we're running ring target, so there's no way he'd actually click Sludge Bomb. We just can't really use Klefki as a Gengar switch-in until the ring target is gone. But we do have our Umbreon as our main Gengar switch-in regardless. Spikes are cool because I feel like Togekiss would come, and Togekiss is really his only reliable defogger. I mean, he does have Eldegoss with Rapid Spin as well, but again, it's a fucking Eldegoss, which I actually offered to trade for, ironically enough. But for how much I've been shit-talking it, I did offer to trade it for Shuckle, and he said no. That could have saved me a potential transaction. That's really the only reason why I offered. But yeah, so Togekiss being the most likely hazard removal option on his end, doesn't usually like being on the field opposite of Klefki. So I think hazards are good here for the second week in a row. And then Dazzling Gleam was my attacking option. It hits Weavile super effectively. It's a 2-hit KO on it. It doesn't OHKO it. I could have tried running Play Rough to OHKO it, but I felt Dazzling Gleam was the way to go, just in case Druddigon shows up, because Druddigon can be pretty annoying to chip down. So I want to have the Dazzling Gleam to 2-hit KO Mr. Druddigon if he were to show up and try to get rocks up early, something like that. So that is going to be our team, and we'll see you right back for the battle. Okay, we're here for the battle against Leo. We'll call it a grudge match, because I'm hoping that I can get Leo back for beating me in BBL playoffs. Although I still stand by that was my own fault. Not that I misplayed tremendously or what. Okay, so no Gengar is interesting. That makes, I guess, Umbreon a bit less useful. No Druddigon either. You know what's a fantastic lead here? Klefki is such a good lead as long as he leads anything except for Victini, so I'm just going to do it. And if he leads Swampert, then I can get the trick off immediately. I do need to write down his team first, though, before we get into it. If he leads Victini, then I probably just go into Umbreon, if I'm being honest. If he's V-Create, then he'll probably 2-hit KO me, but it is what it is. The other option would be to stay in and Thunder Wave the Victini, but I don't want to give up my Klefki too early on. Porygon 2, honestly, is kind of annoying. I didn't really prep for it all that much. Like, I don't have Toxic on the team. Good luck and have fun to Leo. Should be in his, in the Winden Stadium, back at the scene of the crime, where he last defeated us. It's cool, I like this stadium. We're mixing it up. He leads with Togekiss. Alright. I kind of want to just Thunder Wave this thing. If he goes, like, Weavile doesn't want to switch in. Interesting lead. What was he expecting? Keldeo? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I totally expected Thunder Wave on this. Totally expected it. So that's why I have Heal Bell. I could stay in and go for spikes, but I don't really damage this. He could also want to switch. Like, if he switches into Swampert now, I would want to stay in. So I'll just set up a spike and see what he wants to do. Yeah, he's going to switch. Please go into Swampert. Team player? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Yes! 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 We get a spike up, and now I need to not get paralyzed so I can give you this ring target. Please, Klefki. Switcheroo! Yes! Yes! And we take leftovers. Awesome! Okay, we're gonna take an Earthquake. This should not OHKO us. And I probably just get up another spike. Right here. Because I'm paralyzed, so he'll outspeed me. There's no point in... Oh, yeah, and then I get to go Dracozolt and click Bolt Beak if he kills me, so... Fantastic. I love this. I love this. He could go back into Togekiss and try to defog. 4 paralyzed, that is what it is. He might want to go for... No, so he doesn't even go for his own rocks. I'm fine giving up my Klefki. It did its job here. It did its job. I got the spike up. It would have been nice to get 2 spike ups, but it is what it is. Let's go, Dracozolt. Click Bandit Bolt Beak. This guarantees us a kill. Every single time. Nothing wants to switch in on this. Not even... I don't think... I'd be shocked if Melmetal was not 2-hit KO'd by Bandit Bolt Beak. And, like, even Porygon 2, I think, should get 2-hit KO'd. And I think Porygon 2 is probably more Spadef invested anyways for Tapu Lele. Actually, I honestly don't know. Because if he's Assault Vest Melmetal, then that takes hits just fine for him. He's thinking what he wants to let die here. He's gonna switch out. And bring out Metallion. I guess that's Melmetal. There's no fucking way you don't get 2-hit KO'd by this, especially when you take the spike. Yeah. Fantastic. Give me the Melmetal. So I guess that means I use my Hippowdon to switch into Victini, maybe? This is dead. Melmetal's dead. Fantastic. So he gets to go into Weavile now. I don't have my Klefki anymore to switch into it, but it is what it is. Like, I like my position right now. I don't think Togekiss would be faster than me. So that's not a switch in either. Bandit is the Weavile. So I'm definitely going to switch. At what point do I go for... I'm not going to stay in here. I could go... like, it's either Hippowdon coming in here or Umbreon. I'm not switching in Keldeo. Do I get rocks up on... if he's triple Axel here, he's going to take a shit ton of... I don't really care about the recoil on this right now. I'm going to go Umbreon. I don't know if... I honestly don't know what the best switch is. Best switch here is. Like, if I had Toxic... He goes for Ice Shard, actually. Alright. I'll take that, because I take significantly less damage from that. He's not He's not Boots, he's not Life Orb. I'm inclined to think it's Bandit. So I could switch. Or like double switch, predicting him to switch out. I'm gonna go into Cinderace here. Yeah, let's do that. I can go yeah, he's gonna switch. I can go Cinderace and click Dank. That's not, that's Porygon 2, actually. Okay, fine with that. So Cinderace is a fine play. It was a fine play here, because if Togekiss came out, I could click Pyro Ball against that, and if he Thunder Waves, then I have, Heal Bell on, I have Heal Bell, so I want a Super Fang here, I think. See what this thing wants to do. And then I can U-turn on the next turn and try to get my Keldeo in and threaten this thing out. Go for Spect Hydro Pumps. I just need to decide at what point do I want to go for Hippowdon, the Hippowdon Sand, and get in Dracozolt, because, like, at this point, the only thing that doesn't get just completely demolished by Dracozolt would be this Porygon 2. Fire Attack comes out. Not quite a 2-hit KO, which is nice. Because we can take another one and that would put us in the Blaze range. Do I stay in here and U-turn? I think I'll U-turn. I don't think I Pyro Ball here. At least hopefully forces him into a recover turn. And then I can go out into Keldeo. Click buttons. Okay, out comes the Keldeo. Yeah, Keldeo comes out, and then there's a recover. So I could... If I flip turn here and he switches, I get to go into... I kind of like the flip turn play, actually, because then I go Dracozolt and get another kill. I'm going to flip turn. If he stays in... Okay, perfect. If he stays in, I don't think it was the worst case scenario. Yeah, the fact that we got the Swampert tricked super early is so good. It's so good. Because we can bring in Dracozolt and claim kills without like even needing sand up. Something else dies. That's just the reality here. And he doesn't get an opportunity to defog. So the spikes will be here to stay. But he's going to preserve this and go out into the Swampert. He lets the Swampert die. Fine by me. Dracozolt claims its second kill of the game. I'm sure Revile will come out once again. Our Keldeo's still at a high amount of health, which is great. Revile comes out again. Do I want to go? Do I want to go Umbreon again? I think I do. I think I'll just go Umbreon again. And if he predicts this, nope, he doesn't, he stays in. Otherwise he would have switched out first. I'm honestly fine. Icicle Crash, not Triple Axle. 180 down to 111. Okay, that does not look like Choice Band to me. So I could throw up a Wish here. I like just throwing up a Wish. And we'll see what he wants to bring in. That's going to be Togekiss. Okay, so he could try to defog the Spike away. But I don't really care if he Thunder Waves me on a switch. Because I could just go back into Umbreon and potentially heal bell that off. So, actually, would he... No, he can Dazzling Gleam here for free, so I should go... there's no way that I risk Dracozolt. No fucking way. If I had Stone Edge on my... See, the last move on my Hippowdon was like... Oh, he's fully Parrot. That would have been nice to get in. Would have been nice to get in Dracozolt there, but again, I can't risk that. So either Pyro Ball or Super Fang. I think both will do comparable amounts of damage. I'm just going to go for the Pyro Ball. If it stays in, I'd be surprised if this one... Oh wow, that's a crit. Jesus! He goes for the Thunder Wave, fine by me. I can potentially heal that off later. If this thing goes down, then, well, even now it's not a switch into Keldeo because it's so weak. We break through Paralysis and connect Pyro Ball, and Togekiss dies. Fantastic. And we're at full HP, so we don't die to any Weavile hit right now. If Victini comes out, I probably just go... I know Weavile comes out, actually. I'm just going to stay in. I'm just going to stay in and try to break through. I don't even need to risk Pyro Ball here, I don't think. I can just go for a U-turn. I don't think he can kill me with any one hit. Yeah, it's just knockoff. He's not banded. That's gonna knock. That was actually a crit, and we still lived it. And we break through Paralysis, get the U-turn off. Weavile dies. All that he has left is Porygon 2 and Victini. So I think my best play here is to go into... is to go Keldeo. So Cinderace is still valuable for Sucker Punch priority against Victini. Provided I break through Paralysis, of course. Sente is Victini. Okay. So, I think my play here is to not run and just go Umbreon, because I don't really need Umbreon for much outside of switching in on this. I don't know if he's going to be Scarfed or what. Goes for Zen Headbutt. Okay. Now if he's not, so I can go back into Keldeo pretty freely here, I think. But I could also just throw up a... No, I'm gonna... This is a free Keldeo. Did he... yeah, so he took Spikes. Yeah, he just goes back on the Porygon 2. I can get in Keldeo here to click Aura Spheres. I don't care if Akimi wants to switch in on that. Now, if this thing is more Spadef invested, it might have a chance to live Specs Aura Sphere. I don't really know what the calc is on this, to be honest. Yeah, he does live. And just goes for a Tri-Attack. So he'll die to the next one. I honestly haven't noticed if he is, like, Trace or, like, I don't think he's been Trace. I think he's Animal. That actually isn't doing much damage for being Animal. Surprisingly enough. So the play here is always to go Umbreon. There's no reason for me to sack Differential. I I always go Umbreon. Because if he's not, yeah, like, this time he goes for a V-Create. So he's guaranteed going to be outsped by Keldeo. But Hippowdon doesn't even need to hit the field in this game. That blows my mind. That's fine. I mean, I could have, like, yeah, I was locked into Aura Sphere anyway, so I wasn't. So it is what it is. If he was banded, as well, I actually don't know if that was banded. I'm gonna say that wasn't, but. Keldeo's going to pick up the final kill for us, and we're going to win week 2 of the NCP 4-0 very handily, thanks to our awesome Klefki tech. I love this team, you guys. I love this team. GG to Leo, who needs Tapu Lele to win games. The rest of the team coming through right here. We replaced it with Umbreon, and I think that was a good decision on our part. It didn't do the most things, but it at least forced a couple switches, and you know, we were able to get it in on that Victini there, and then you know, if it switches up its moves, then it's like if it goes for a fire type move, then Keldeo can resist. We know that the Victini's not scarfed, and then we can just lock ourselves into Specs Surf. And I don't know if Porygon 2, I don't know if Porygon 2 wants to switch in on Specs Surf or anything like that, because you know, at that point he doesn't know that we are Specs. So, like, because we could have been Expert Bell like we were last week, and then he doesn't want to switch in. So, 2 kills for Dracozolt, 2 kills for Keldeo. And 2 kills for Cinderace. Pretty nice. Hippowdon doesn't even hit the field. It would have been nice to see the Sand Rush actually come into play, but hey, our plan worked out so well that we didn't even need the Sandstorm for Dracozolt to do its job, really. And then because he let the Melmetal go down so early, Hippowdon never needed to hit the field, so yeah. GG to Leo. I mean, I won the week 2 game in BBL against him 4-0 as well, and then he came back and beat me in playoffs. So, and I already revealed the GOAT tech against him, so I kind of don't hope I face him in playoffs again, because I'm a little scared. I know what he's capable of. I know that he can come back and just kick my ass if he wants to. But he is 0-2 now, so he's off to a little bit of a rough start. He's going to have to start kicking into high gear for week 3. So I should probably look who we play next week. I honestly don't have a clue who we're playing next week, and so I should have looked that up before the battle. I apologize for that. So yeah, just hold on a quick sec, and I'll let you know. Week 3, your Delta Gliders will be playing against somebody who is really good at Draft League. That much I know. That is not the tab I wanted to click on. Just gonna draw this out even further. Week 3, the Delta Gliders face the OK Rillaboomers and Shuckle King. That will be our first time ever battling Shuckle King. And I know he won his week 1 game. I have no idea what's going on with his week 2 game, but it'll be Shuckle's a very, very good player, so it'll be fun to face off against him for the first time, and hope you're looking forward to that match. If you enjoyed this battle, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of our Draft League content. We'll see you next Sunday for week 3 of the NCP.